The Eternal Spring of Mr. Ito, Chapter 14, Part 2. I don't know what enlightenment means. Means knowing whole truth about things. To reach nirvana, Ito must also understand own self through and through. What is good, what is bad. Must learn what true good is and how he can be so good that truth and goodness fill him until no room left for bad. When Ito has discovered truth about things, only then he reach nirvana. But nirvana not a place, Sara-chan, it a state of being. Is even possible to reach nirvana while still alive. There can be no more perfect happiness for Buddhist peoples. The Lord Buddha help us with his teachings, like Jesus help you. He asks us live good lives, keep mind and body pure, hurt no living thing. Is that why you became Buddhist after the Great War? Hai. In war, men die too soon. Ito think is wrong shorten any man's life, is bad karma. His smile glimmered in the darkness. You not knowing what is karma, that our word for action which have effect. A man does what he does for many reasons, some good, some bad. How do you mean, Mr. Ito? Ito give example. Bad karma come from man wanting power and riches. That way war began. But good karma comes from man's thirst for wisdom and goodness. That way lead to nirvana. This thirst in man, this drive, this karma, strongest force there is, lives on even after death. When Ito die, his karma will in that moment be all good thing and all bad thing he did in life. But because journey to nirvana unfinished, karma must go on. I don't understand. What happens to it? He smiled again. Your thirst for understanding, that good karma. Buddhism say is hard for ordinary man learn all truth in one lifetime. He must listen, must practice, must be tested in good time, bad time. One lifespan not long enough. So when man die, he born again to spend more time on road to nirvana. Born again? Hype, the Lord Buddha is merciful. You can live over again? Karma, not body. Karma live on in different body, different life. He folded his hands. So you see, Sara-chan, Ito not afraid leave this life. Karma go on to new life. I think you know everything already, Mr. Ito. Not yet, I think. But if so, then I welcome death even more. He laughed. Ito may need many lives and many deaths. Sara laughed too. I might never get there. I hate doing my homework. Her smile faded. And I told Aunt Jean a big lie. Tell her truth, Sara-chan. She may be angry, but you deserve her anger. And you will feel good to have soul clean. It was true. She hated having lied to Aunt Jean, and the fact that she got away with it made her feel even dirtier. I will, Mr. Ito. She smiled at him. That'll help my karma. Hi. The moonlight had crept across the cave, tipping the waves of Mr. Ito's little sea with silver. They almost seemed to move in time with the sea below. Sara said, I thought an Indian had made this little sea. I make is prayer. It's so beautiful. Everything beautiful, Sara-chan. Even snakes and spiders and mosquitoes? Hi, everything beautiful. Each has reason to exist. He smiled. Mosquito find other mosquito beautiful, yes? And fish know mosquito good to eat, so fish find mosquito beautiful too, yes? Hi. And the fish eats the mosquito, and I eat the fish, and the mosquito eats, hi, your blood help mother mosquito lay her eggs. Ugh! Is chain of life, Sara-chan. Everything has purpose. Is your God not clever? Is not beautiful plan? And when you and I finish what we must do, according to plan, then we reach nirvana, each by our different road. That too is part of the plan. Sara gazed out the cave opening. What about the war, Mr. Ito? Why is war in the plan? Perhaps to teach men how good peace is and try harder for it. In perfect world with perfect men, there be no war, but men not perfect, men still on road. And that's why the Japanese, even though they're Buddhists, bombed Pearl Harbour and Hong Kong. Not all Japanese Buddhists, Sara-chan. Some believe nothing. And some follow Shinto way, as I did when young. And some believe death great honor if suffered for divine emperor. So some Japanese, of whom some may be Buddhists, bombed Pearl Harbour. And some Germans, of whom some may be Christian, are bombing Ernie's house. And some English, of whom some may be Christian, are bombing German peoples. Bad things come from bad things. War come from greed. And the Lord Buddha say enlightenment only come when men no more greedy for worldly things. His voice was sad as the wind. He stirred. Moon on floor, say, tide go out. Go back to auntie and uncle, Sara-chan, and love them very much as they love you. I don't want to leave you, Mr. Ito. You must. Ito very... His voice was fading. Ito very tired now. Go, Sara-chan. Moon will show you way. I'll come back, Mr. Ito. In the cold light flooding the cave, he sat like an ivory statue beside his silver sea. Soon, come soon, the sighing voice said, is almost time. Outside the cave, it was bright as day. Below, the wet sand was emerging from the sea. Carefully, Sara began the climb down. Fearless, his tail revolving wildly to help his balance, leaped sure as a goat from clump to clump of grass and reached the bottom first. His short, sharp barks encouraged her the rest of the way. She looked back up the way she had come. The cliff towered 200 feet above her. There was no sign of the cave. She felt suddenly cold. Come on, Fearless, she said. Let's go home. He raced ahead of her toward the point, barking joyfully. As she rounded the point, she saw lights. They bobbed along the beach. They swung halfway up the cliff. They shone back and forth on the cliff walk above the limy path. She heard a voice shout, I thought I heard a bark. Then Uncle Duncan's voice, It's Fearless! Thank God! She must be here! He wouldn't leave her. And the light spread along the beach toward her. In another moment, she was in her uncle's arms, burrowing against his tweed jacket, smelling the good Uncle Duncan smell of leather and tobacco and shaving soap.